Let's talk about a huge paradox. We live in an age where technology gets better and better almost every single day. But what about the most important technology we have, our democracy? It seems stuck in the past. It's something that has massive implications for our future, so let's get into it.
I mean, think about it. The smartphone in your hand is light years beyond what it was just a decade ago. It's a pocket-sized supercomputer. And then there's the way we vote. The ballot? The basic tech hasn't really changed for centuries. We're using a horse and buggy to navigate a superhighway.
Right, so this is the big question, isn't it? Why has this thing that's so fundamental to our society, the very system for how we govern ourselves, seen pretty much zero innovation? Well, the answer, believe it or not, comes down to economics. It's a classic case of market failure.
Okay, so to really get why things are so stuck, we have to look at the money. Or more accurately, the lack of money. There's just no profit in making voting better.
See, economists have a term for this: a public good. When a city gets better governance, everyone benefits. You can't really charge admission for it, right? You can't stop your neighbor from enjoying safer streets just because they didn't pay a democracy upgrade fee. And because there's no way to bill for it, there's no real reason for an entrepreneur to sink millions into innovating it.
And we're not talking about small change here. The value at stake is just staggering. Get this. A pretty conservative estimate says that just a 5% improvement in the quality of decisions in one single medium-sized American city could unlock up to $3 billion in value. $3 billion for one city?
So here's the bottom line. That $3 billion, it's real value. But because it's spread out among everyone and nobody owns it, there's no paycheck for the person who creates it. So the innovation just dries up.
But what if? What if you could solve that problem? What if you could make all that value something you could actually capture? And this is where things get really interesting. We're talking about planned cities, like that big California Forever project you might have heard about. The logic is actually pretty brilliant. You start with a huge plot of cheap land. You build an amazing city on it. As people flock there, the land value skyrockets. And who profits? The developer does. All of a sudden, you have this incredibly powerful financial reason to build the best city possible. This is a fantastic solution for the physical stuff, the roads, the parks, the buildings. But what about the city's operating system?
And you know, this is the one piece that almost every planned city proposal seems to forget. They get obsessed with the hardware, the architecture, but they forget about the software, the governance. If you really want to build the best city in the world, you can't just build better buildings. You have to build a better way to govern them.
Okay, so let me introduce you to a really fascinating idea: election by jury. It takes the basic logic of jury duty and applies it to voting. A small representative group of citizens gets randomly selected. They're paid for their time to get super informed, talk it all out, and then that small group is the one that actually casts the votes to elect the officials.
Now hold on, let me be super clear about one thing. This is not about randomly picking our leaders. We're not drawing the mayor's name out of a hat. It's about randomly selecting the voters. The goal is to create a small, smart, representative group of people to make a high-quality choice for all of us.
And the way it works is actually pretty simple. First, you summon a group of citizens. That's a perfect demographic mirror of the city. Think of it like jury duty. They spend time getting up to speed, hearing from experts, questioning the candidates. After all that, they vote. And they use a much better system, like score voting, where you rate each candidate. The one with the best average score wins. Just look at the difference this makes. With our current system, it's kind of crazy to expect every single voter to become an expert. But with an election jury, it's literally their job. They get paid to become informed. And think about attack ads. They'd be useless against a small group that can actually fact-check things. And all that game theory, voting for the lesser of two evils, gone. You just get honest, informed choices.
So, what happens when you put these two huge ideas together? It's like taking the beautifully designed sports car, the planned city, and dropping a next-generation engine into it, the new governance model. It creates this incredible synergy.
So first, you've got the hardware. That's your city, built smart from day one. Walkable, green, just a great place to be. Then you install the software. That's your top-tier governance system, designed to pick the best, most competent leaders. And what do you get? A virtuous cycle. Good government makes smart choices. Smart choices make the city an amazing place to live and work. That attracts the best and brightest people, which makes the government even better. And the cycle just keeps feeding itself. It creates a positive feedback loop that old, broken cities just can't keep up with. And think bigger for a second. The impact of just one city pulling this off would be world-changing. It wouldn't just be one great city. It would be a proof of concept that could break the gridlock holding back the entire country, unlocking, who knows, maybe trillions in value. A single successful city would change everything. First, you'd have cold, hard proof that a better way is possible. Second, you'd have a model that other cities could just copy and paste. Third, it would put immense pressure on other cities to shape up or lose their best people. And maybe most important of all, it would completely change the conversation. What seems radical today would suddenly seem possible. You know, there's a line from the material this is based on that really hits home. Trying to fix old, broken systems is just so hard. The real breakthrough comes from starting fresh, building something new that works from the very beginning and sets a totally new standard.
So look, we have the ideas, the models exist, and with this concept of planned cities, we might finally have a way to actually pay for it. The ability to build a radically better world is right here, right now. The technocratic stratosphere is waiting. The only question is, who's going to build the first ladder?